Peace! Health Mythbuster here for another installment of Health Mythbuster, and we're talking specifically relating to the agave. We had some questions about agave, and I was talking with my assistant a little bit about glycemic index and glycemic load, which we realized that a lot of you out there might not even know what glycemic index is or what glycemic load is. So what glycemic index is it takes into consideration the way that a food is going to hit your blood sugar levels. So this is highly important for everyone, but especially important for diabetics and those who are looking to maintain maybe a healthier body or looking to lose weight. So it is important that you look at glycemic index, but fortunately we've come a step further than that into glycemic load. And I recommend for anybody out there who has been using glycemic index that you go out there and learn about the glycemic load, because what that does is it takes into consideration the amount of carbohydrates that are actually in the food. So, for example, something like carrots or beets that normally a dietitian might say, oh my gosh, you can't eat those foods because they're such high glycemic index. They're not. They're not hard on your blood sugar. They are high glycemic index, but that's why we don't want to use that as much anymore. And look at the glycemic load, which takes into consideration the amount of carbohydrates in the serving that you're taking in. So for example, back to carrots. Carrots, yes, they are a little bit higher in sugars, however, they're very high in good complex carbs, which is what you're actually wanting from your raw foods and your whole foods. So the other thing that glycemic load and index does not take into consideration for, and this can help you out a lot, is it will allow you to mix your meal up a little bit. So for example, let's say you're going to have a serving full of nice big starchy mashed potatoes that you made. You know that this is not only high glycemic load. If you didn't use the skins, it's going to be high glycemic index and high glycemic load. However, you don't have to eat that alone. What are you going to eat with that? Let's put some broccoli with that. That's going to add quite a bit of fiber, not a lot of carbohydrates, and let's maybe add a little bit of another vegetable that isn't so starchy in there, like some cauliflower. So if you mix up something like that and then combine the meal, it's going to have a lower glycemic load because you're also raising the fiber. So the bottom line is glycemic load is going to be more effective in most cases for managing your weight and your blood sugar and your overall health than glycemic index. And glycemic load by itself of one food is not enough to tell you how it's going to hit your system. It's the combined aspects of that. That's one of the reasons that I like a lot of weight loss programs that take into consideration the glycemic load. There's many of them out there. Weight Watchers, that's where they've gained a lot of their popularity, has been focused around the glycemic load. Not necessarily an endorsement for them, because you can figure this stuff out on your own, because you're a health mythbuster, and so am I. So thanks again for joining us with Health Mythbuster installment. Peace, and we'll see you next time.